Okay, so hello. How are you? I've been on the night shift recently in my job, and it has been making like general existence just kind of awkward. So I wanted to talk about that and maybe help people who might be going into night shift themselves. Right, so straight off the bat, I can answer 3 questions that you are already going to ask. Number 1, where are all the videos you said you would do, Will? The answer to that is night shift. Number 2, why haven't you been active on social media like you said you were going to be? Why haven't you responded to all your YouTube comments? Why haven't you been answering your Facebook messages? Why haven't you been tweeting? Where have you been, Will? Night shift. Question number 3. Will, why do you look like utter shite at the moment? What do you mean? I look fine. I look like this all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. Nah, it's night shift. The answer's night shift. I'm really tired all the time. Just, if you're going to ask me how are you, just know, tired. That's what I actually mean. If I say fine, I mean tired. So in my job, I have to work nights sometimes, which I knew going in, which isn't really that big a deal, but it doesn't make them any easier. But I have picked up a few things at this point which makes night shifts easier for me that I thought I would maybe list in this video for anyone who might be going into night shift themselves or worried about working nights or are struggling with working nights. So, little list, here we go. First thing I'm going to say is probably the hardest one to apply. I actually struggled with figuring out how to do it when I was on night shifts, but exercise, I know it's the lame go-to thing people always say to make their lives better, but it actually is. I go to the gym nearly every day now, which I didn't. If you had asked Will like a year ago, like, would you go to the gym every day? I'd be like, you want to kill me? But I don't know what happened or what clicked. Maybe it was the people I've been working with or talking to or something. I just got into a routine of going every day. Started eating a little bit better. I could probably eat a lot better, but just kind of started changing the proportions of things or the ratios of like proteins and carbs and all that stuff. And yeah, I've been going to the gym every day, and I'm pretty sure it has been helping me survive, keeping my body active when I'm kind of inactive for like 90% of the day or night. Both, really, I guess. The thing is, I go to the gym after my shift, so I go in the mornings, which are technically my evenings. So I'm always super tired after working the entire night. Then I go into the gym for like an hour or two, and then I go home. So it kind of screws me up a bit, like general energy wise. Like, I am knackered every day. Every waking moment of every day, I am fucking knackered. But overall, I think if I was to be up that amount of time and not go to the gym, I would feel way worse. I'm not going to go into like a load of the fitness jargon because I don't know that much of it. But I started with like this routine called 5x5, and it's like strong lifts. You can Google it. It's just a totally free thing. There's even an app to go with it that's free. Then I got talking to someone who's like a really good personal trainer, and they've been kind of helping me out with a routine and everything. And I've been doing kind of, I guess, split sets of exercises and like push-pull days and stuff like that. And it's been going really well. And I'm proud of myself for sticking to it. And just even being able to say that makes me feel better about working nights. I think the most important thing with mentioning exercise for getting through night shift is that it tires you out enough to sleep during the day. So for like 1 or 2 weeks, your body doesn't want to sleep during the day, even if you're really tired. So I feel like exercising just like, not right before you go to bed, but like at the end of your day, which is the night, getting some exercise in, it like expends that energy so your body needs to sleep. Next point. Oh my god, it's been going on 8 minutes already. Fuck. The second point that has been keeping me kind of sane during night shift, and it's probably going to sound dumb and you'll think it's not a good point, but it's actually really true, is video games. So it might seem counterproductive, or people who don't play video games probably roll their eyes at that and be like, oh, wasting your time. I feel like it's a lot of days I'll have like an hour or two after work, or on my days off, I'll be feeling so just drained and knackered from the week or the shift or whatever that I'm not up for having social interactions. I'm not up for like getting up and setting up my video stuff and shooting a video. But sitting there and moving my thumbs for an hour or two and somehow getting the feeling that I'm making progress at something, it ticks a box, you know? It ticks some kind of mental box for me where it's like, you have made progress in something, or you have worked towards something. Okay, it's nothing that can really contribute to my future, but I've seen a little bit more of maybe a cool story, or I've leveled up a character a bit more, Just something like that. It still feels like you're gaining something, even though your like body's too knackered to and you're too absolutely drained. A couple of games I'm playing at the moment, kind of gradually working my way through, is Red Dead Redemption 2. If you don't know about this game, you probably do. I think everyone does. But it's just kind of a cowboy sim. You play a character out in the Wild West. You have to build up a camp. You can go hunting. You can rob trains and stuff like that. You can customize your guy. You can tame horses. It is absolutely huge and it's kind of breathtaking. It's the only game that's made me stop for a second to like enjoy the view. The characters are all really likable and stuff like that. I haven't got too far in the story yet, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Just kind of the general ambience is just really cool. Second game is kind of other end of the spectrum graphics wise, but it's on Nintendo Switch, although I think it's on all the platforms. And it's a game called Wizard of Legend. It's like 8-bit style, kind of high fantasy, I suppose. Basically, you play a little wizard, and you have to keep running these randomly generated dungeons to earn gems, to buy spells with, to run the dungeons better. And that's kind of it. It's really simple, but it's actually really fun. And it's also got a couch co-op in case you have someone who stays up all night with you while you're on night shift. There's not a ton to talk about with it. It's actually a lot deeper than it looks with the amount of spells and stuff you can get. But it's really fun, and I highly recommend it. I also just got Super Smash Bros. On the Switch, and I'm really looking forward to playing through it. I've only played it for about 10 minutes so far, but I remember playing it on the GameCube before and enjoying the crap out of it. And I suppose like a sub point to that, which isn't enough to be its own point, but it's worth saying, is catching up on movies and Netflix shows. That's been really helping me lately. So I've caught up on most of the Marvel movies, because I'd really fallen behind. I'd only seen up to like the second Thor movie, and then didn't watch any. So I've managed to catch up now. I just have Infinity War to go and Captain Marvel, and then I should be good. I kind of want to see Venom as well, but I know that's not really part of the whole thing. And a series called Love, Death and Robots, which I really want to tell more people about this. It's basically a bunch of one-off stories that are animated kinda. Some of them are only like half animated, but others are like super well animated. And they're kind of just little sci-fi shorts. Just a fucking warning though, some of them are crazy violent and gory and have a lot of like sexual nudity in them out of nowhere. My favorite so far is the second episode, which is about 3 robots going on holiday. And it's just a really fun little thing. So if you're a fan of like critiquing animation or graphic design or art styles and stuff like that, you will love this series. Each one of them is done by like a different animation team or a different animator, and they're great. I can't recommend them enough. And yeah, you should definitely have a look if you're on night shift and you've got nothing else to watch. And just the last thing I want to say, which hopefully will help anyone on night shift, that I feel you need to be aware of and you need to remember, this whole night shift thing, it's only for the short term. It's only for now. I find I'm way more prone to getting stressed out when I'm on night shift, and like little things can seem like big things, and a small number of things can seem like a million things, and it can really weigh me down, and I can be like, life is terrible. Also, you'll find your IQ or something drops and you can't spell anymore. Is that just me? Like, I can't write properly when I'm on night shift, just in general, and I don't even notice it, which has ran me into all kinds of problems recently. I know this is easier said than done, but the short term isn't the long term, and you have to remember that. The short term can seem like the long term when you're in it, but you just have to keep like just zooming out a little bit, just a slight amount. That's the closing statement. Night shift. It'll stress you out and make you dumb, but it's only for now. Just really try and remember that. I know it's harder when you're in it, and it's kind of like, that doesn't apply to me. This is actually really stressful, and it will be, but man, it's only for now. Just remember it's only for now. Yeah, that's all I got for this one. Sorry if it was a little bit rambly. I'm really tired, but I really was getting aware that I was not putting out videos, and I said I was gonna. So here you go. Free to reach out over Twitter or my Facebook page or anything like that, or you can leave a comment down below and we can try have a bit of a chat. And yeah, if you want to see more of my videos, you can subscribe, all that stuff, like this video, that whole thing. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any suggestions for night shift as well, actually. Any of you who have worked it or are going to work it, let me know what you're thinking about doing or what has helped you in the past, maybe. Use this place as a resource. Sure, I'll talk to you again soon, and thank you for watching.